Hello, welcome you again to the next video lecture of this fourth unit, that is electromagnetic waves characteristics. In the last video lecture, we were discussing about the that is reflection of plane waves at oblique instance. So, in the last lecture video class, we had a conclusion that that is electric field will be either it will be parallel to the plane of incidence, that is the electric field will be either parallel to the plane of incident or perpendicular to the plane of incidence. Okay, either of these two cases. Okay, we have here now we have to consider two cases. First, the electric field is perpendicular to the plane of incident, and next the electric field E. Electric field E is perpendicular to the plane of incident. Okay, so now we will consider these two cases separately. First one, we will take this case one, parallel polarization, case A, parallel polarization. In this parallel polarization, so in the last lecture we have seen the normal diagram of the that is plane waves at oblique incident. So we are having incident wave, reflected wave, and the transmitted wave. Okay, so reflected wave and the incident wave are in the medium one, and transmitted wave is only that is in medium 2. We have only the transmitted wave. Now here we are going to first see the diagram how the parallel polarization is going to look here. So let us draw the diagram first here. After that we will move on to the derivation here. So it is very important in our here the diagram is very important. If you are understanding this diagram, the concept is very easy. Okay, so now let me draw here. Let us here the incident wave, and here we are having the reflected wave. Okay, and in the medium 2, so let us take this as medium 1, medium 2, and this is medium 1. Next here we are having epsilon 2, sigma mu 2, and here epsilon 1, mu 1, and this is as it is a xz plane here, so this is x axis and this is z axis, and this is at z is equal to 0 plane. Okay, so we are taking at z is equal to 0 plane. Now that is here we are taking the incident, that is incident wave. Let me draw it clearly. Incident wave here, it is making an angle theta I, and this is making theta R, and it is making theta T. So here we are having the propagation vector, that is Ki, and along this one we are having Kt, and along this one we are having Kr. Okay, so these are the propagation vectors along this direction, that is incident direction, incident wave, reflected wave, and the transmitted wave respectively here. Now I have to draw the fields here. First one, the incident field here. Let me draw this clearly here. So the incident field is like this. Okay, let me take the diagram like this. Okay, so it will be having the polarization like this in this. Okay, and similarly here the electric field is like this. So this is EI and this is ER, and similarly here we are having and this is ET. So here we are having EI, ER, and ET. That is incident electric field, reflected electric field, and the transmitted electric field here. Now these electric fields are composed. I mean they are distributed in two directions. That is x direction as well as z direction. That is x component and z component. Okay. Now we have to find the two components, and here the magnetic field is along the it is sorry. So here it is cross mark. So it is Hi is outside the board here. Okay, you can see it is coming outside the board, and here the electric field magnetic field HR it is going inside. Okay, so here, and it is same here. Here it is HT here. Okay, so here the polarizations are going to be same for incident as well as for the transmitted wave. So these three directions, that is the field direction, that is electric field direction, magnetic field direction, and the direction of propagation, they are going to follow the right hand thumb rule, that is electric field, magnetic field, and the propagation direction. So they are going to be following like this. Okay, so here like this. Okay, the magnetic field and the electric field and the direction of propagation, right hand thumb rule. Same, similarly here it is downward. Okay, so here we are all these are following the right hand thumb rule. So that is electric field and magnetic field and the direction of propagation are every time perpendicular to each other. That is the angle between them, that is H, that is along the field direction, H direction, E direction, and direction of propagation, each time they are perpendicular to each other. Now we will try to find the component of this one. So now I will draw a perpendicular here. I will draw a axis here like this. It is not clear. Yes, so we have to draw it like this. Okay, now so this is a resultant vector. Now we have to find the that is x component and z component. Okay, now you can see this is the angle theta I. So this will be theta I. Okay, as we have drawn the perpendicular here, as it is this is 90 degrees, this angle will be 90 minus theta I, we can say, and that is this is also 90 minus theta I, we can say, and this will be becoming theta I. Okay, now I can draw here component like this and like this. Okay, so this is cosine component and this is sine component, and similarly here also I can draw the field. Okay, here this is theta r. So this theta this will be 90 minus, because it is perpendicular direction, 90 minus theta r, and this will be theta r. Okay, now I am having resultant like this and like this. This is a cosine component and this is a sine component. Similarly I can draw here the same, that is this is theta t. This is theta t means here this angle will be theta t here, and this is theta t means this is 90 minus theta t, and this will become theta t. So I am going to draw like this. This is a cosine component and this is a sine component. Now I have to use this diagram very carefully. So by using this entire diagram, we are now going to that is produce the equations of electric field and magnetic field, that is wave equations we are going to find. So as we know that so we can directly find the propagation vector direction like this. Okay, resultant, this is along cosine component and this is the sine component. Similarly here also like this. This is a cosine component and this is a sine component. This is theta t and this is theta I here, you can say. And similarly here also we can write here this is a direction of theta r, this is cosine component and this is sine component, this is theta r. Okay, so these are the that is propagation direction. This is the cosine and this is the sine, and this is the resultant here, and this is also the resultant here, and this is also the resultant here, like this and like this. Okay, now let me draw the equations, field equations from this diagram here. As we know that the general form of the equation, okay, general form of the electric field is E is equal to, as we have seen, E of r comma t, we have seen in the last lecture class, that is E naught into E power. We are having two equations, as I have told you that we are having two forms, either of this we can use. Now I will make use of this equation, that is e power j into omega t minus k dot r equation into AE. So we need to find the direction of AE here. Okay, and we are having E naught. Okay, EA naught. Let me write the equation here. Okay, so now I am suppressing the time factor here, suppressing suppressing time factor, that is from this one. If I suppress time factor, this will be equivalent to 0, I mean this will become 1, 0. That at that time I can write instead of R comma T, I can write here as ES. Why? Because we have only the sinusoidal form of this equation. So now I can write here as E naught into e power minus j k dot r. I can write here like this. Okay, k dot r into AE I can write here. Now I have to use this diagram. I have to write the equations for incident electric field and magnetic field. I have to write the equation for reflected electric field and magnetic field, and I have to write the transmitted electric field and magnetic field equations very carefully by seeing this diagram. Now I can write here because incident wave, I can write incident wave I can write here. Incident wave is given by EIS. I can write here. Why I have to write suffix IS here? Why? Because it is incident wave. Now is equal to EI naught because I had to differentiate between the incident electric field, reflected electric field and the transmitted electric field here. So let me use this diagram. Here it is a cosine component, it is moving along the positive x direction. Here cosine component, I have to write EI naught cos theta I AX, and the cosine component is moving along the negative z direction. This is the positive z direction and this is moving in the negative z direction. Now I can write here as minus EI naught sin theta I is a and into e power j into k dot r. Okay, now we know that propagation vector we can find from this. Okay, that is ki is equal to, I can write here ki dot r here. So now from this that is cosine component and the sine component, I can write here as ki cos theta I az here, because it is moving along the positive direction and it is moving along the positive direction only, plus ki sin theta I ax. Okay, now here ki is equal to mod beta 1. Okay, why? Because it is in medium 1. I can write here beta 1 cos theta I az plus beta 1 sin theta I ax here. Okay, now position vector, I have to make the dot product of this position vector here. I will erase here. Why? Because I have to make the dot product of ki dot r here. For incident wave it will be becoming ki dot r here. Okay, ki dot r is equal to if I make use of this equation, that is beta 1 cos theta I az plus beta 1 sin theta I ax dot r is the position vector. Here we are having xax plus yay plus zaz. So I can write here as ki dot r will become beta 1 cos x here I will get x here axx is 1 here, will get beta 1 sin theta I plus beta 1 ay means az, we are having az here cos theta I az dot become 1 here. Okay, so I will get here as like this cos theta I okay, so I will get here as x1 beta 1 sin theta I. So here I will get here as z beta 1 cos theta I. So this is, I have to substitute here in this equation. So in the incident electric field EIS now will become as this one EI naught. I will take EI naught common here, cos theta I ax minus sin here sin theta I it is az here. Okay, az, I forgot to write az here, az into e power I have to write this one ki dot r means minus beta I will take common here beta 1 cos theta I plus beta 1 sin theta I sin theta I. Okay, so this is the equation 1 here, EIS. So this we need to remember here. Now similarly I have to write the equation for HIS. Now we can see the equation HIS. That is, I will write the equation here, general equation. It will be looking like this. HIS is equal to HI naught into e power minus j k dot r ki dot r into ah. So by seeing this direction we can easily say that it is in the positive y axis. So I can write here as hi0 into ay into e power j into ki dot r. So ki dot r we have to find here. So ki dot r will be same as that of the electric field. So it is not going to have, we don't have any change here. So I can write directly here, that is j into beta 1 cos theta I plus beta 1 sin theta I. So there we don't have any change for this HIS. Okay, so we have got two equations, EIS and HIS. Okay, similarly I have to find the reflected waves. Okay, I will erase here. So I will erase this one also. We don't need this one. Reflected waves. So in the similar manner we need to find the reflected waves also, reflected wave equations also. Reflected wave. So for reflected wave, so we need to write the equation for ERS. ERS is equal to, so here we are having cosine component and sine component. So we have to write ER naught. Cosine component is along the positive x direction here. That is, I can write here as cos theta r ax plus. So now the sine component is along the positive z direction. Here it is positive z direction. So this is like this. Okay. So I can write here as ER naught cos theta r az into e power minus j kr dot r here. So now I have to find the kr and r dot product here, so that I can substitute here. Now kr I have to find, kr is equal to this one. So this is along the negative z direction, this is along the positive z direction here. Okay. Now so this kr will be, now I can write here as kr into cos theta r. It is in negative z direction, that's why I have to write minus az plus, and it is in positive, sine component is along the positive z direction, so I can write here as kr sin theta r ax. Okay. Now I can write here as, now mod kr is equivalent to beta 1 only. Okay, why? Because it is in medium 1. So now I can substitute here as kr is equal to minus beta 1 cos theta r az plus beta 1 sin theta r ax. Now I have to make the dot product here, kr dot r. It will be becoming like this. Okay. So here az dot az minus beta I cos theta r az plus beta 1 sin theta r ax. R is, we know, that is radius vector, that is position vector, x ax plus y ay plus z az here. So if I make the dot product, it will be becoming kr dot r as beta 1, that is minus beta 1, here is along z means z cos theta r az dot az is 1, and similarly beta 1 plus beta 1 into sin theta r x means here I will get here as x. Okay. Now I can write here as beta 1 x sin theta r minus beta 1 z cos theta r. Now I have got the value of this one also. Now I can write the final equation for the reflected wave, that is, I will erase this one also. No, not necessary. Now I can write here as ERS is equal to ER naught I can write the common here, cos theta r ax plus sorry, it is sin theta r. Yeah, it is sin theta r. Okay. Sin theta r az. Next e power minus j k dot r we got here, okay, beta 1 x beta 1 sin theta r minus beta 1 z cos theta r, that is the equation, okay, we got, okay. So this is the final equation what we got for this one. And similarly I can write for the magnetic field. Now I can write easily. Why? Because HRS equation I can write here blindly. Why? Because it is coming that is, it is coming sorry, it is going inside, okay. We have taken into mark here, that is in the diagram. I have erased the diagram here. It is entering inside, that is, it is going into the negative y axis. Now I can write here directly HR0 into minus ay, and this direction will be same here, that is e power j beta term, this will be common here. So I don't want to write here again and again. So e power minus j x beta 1 sin theta r minus beta 1 z cos theta r, okay. So this is the transmitted that is reflected wave equations. And now now we can write the equation for transmitted wave. Transmitted wave. So for transmitted wave, now I have to use this diagram here. Now, so for this diagram, that is ETS, we have to write ETS is equal to ET naught into, so you can take here this one. This is the cosine component. It is moving along the positive x direction and it is moving along the negative z direction here. Negative z direction. Now I can write here as ET naught. Cosine component is along the positive z direction. That is cos theta t ax, and z direction is along the negative z direction, and minus az I can write here as sin theta t into et naught into e power minus j kt dot r here, okay. Now we have to do the same procedure as we have done for the electric field, for the incident, reflected, and similarly for the transmitted wave. Now I will take the I will do this one, kt dot r. Kt I have to write here, kt is equal to this one. Cosine component is along the positive and sine component is also along the positive here. So I can write here as now it will be equivalent to kt cosine cos theta t z plus sin kt sin theta t it is along the x direction here, ax, positive x only. Now we know that kt mod kt is equal to beta 2, where because it is now in medium 2. So the wave is now in medium 2. Now I have to substitute in place of these kts, I have to substitute beta 2 cos theta t az plus beta 2 sin theta t ax. Now I have to make the dot product here, dot product of kt dot r. So beta 2 cos theta t az plus beta 2 sin theta t ax, dot product of r here is becoming xax plus yay plus zaz here. So we don't have the equation for y here, so I can make the dot product of here. It will be equivalent to x sin theta t beta 2 this one plus z cos theta t beta 2. Now I have to substitute the equation here, that is the kt dot r. Now I can get the equation for so you can see the phase term of ki dot r and kt dot r is going to be the same here. Instead of beta 1 we are having beta 2, that's all, okay. So you can note that difference here. I can write the final equation for ETS as I will take the common here, ET0 cos theta dx minus sin theta t az here into e power j into this one I will get here beta 2 x sin theta t plus z beta 2 cos theta t I can write here, okay. Now we have substituted here Now I can write the transmitted wave equation easily. That is right. Okay. Now I have to express this equation HTS. HTS is equal to HT naught into so here you can see the wave is along the positive z direction here. So I can write here as AY. Okay. So it is along the positive y direction. So I have to take AY into e power minus j kt dot r. Okay. So this kt dot r is not going to change for instead of for electric field as well as for magnetic field. Now I can write here as, now I have forgotten to change the equation. I can write this HT naught in terms of ET naught here. ET naught by eta 2 e power minus j kt dot r will be same here, beta 2 x sin theta t plus z beta 2 cos theta t. So will be the equation here. Yeah. Yes. Now for so in previous expression for I have forgotten to change the, so I have forgotten that is in place of HRS and I forgotten to keep, we can change ER0 by eta 1. Okay, I have forgotten there. You try to please just we have to change the equation, that is ER0 by eta 1. Wherever we have got HR0 we have to keep ER0 by eta 1, and wherever we have got HI0 we have to keep EI0 by eta 1. That's all. So the previous expression I have forgotten to change the equation of magnetic field to electric fields. We have to just change this one. We know this relationship between electric field and magnetic field. Okay, you try to substitute and keep the equation in the final form. Okay, so those are the equations we have got. Now as we know that now we are going to requiring the, we are going to say that theta I is equal to theta r, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, that is the tangential component must be continuous at the boundary interface. Okay, that is at z is equal to 0. At z is equal to 0, E and H must be continuous. That is we are requiring theta I is equal to theta r. Now whatever the equations till now we have found, so we have to make use of those equations and we have to use EI z0 plus ER at z is equal to 0, that is at ET at z is equal to 0. Now whatever the equations till now we have found, that is ER electric incident, reflected and transmitted fields, we have to make use in this boundary condition. So we have to take here the magnitudes, that is EIS, ERS and ETS are the magnitudes here we are going to use. Okay, so after substituting at z is equal to 0, whatever the equations we have taken for incident electric fields, so here in medium 1, that is in medium 1 we are having incident and reflected field, so we are going to add these two, and in medium 2 we are having, so we are saying that incident electric field and reflected electric field is equivalent to transmitted electric field at z is equal to 0 we are going to say. Now we are going to use whatever the equation till now we have derived, we are going to use those equations and keeping that theta I is equal to theta r. So that is what here we are going to use. Okay, so from those equations I can write here as EI0. So I can't repeat those equations because the board is small here. So EI0 plus I can write here ER0 into cos theta r here, theta I here I can write theta I, and ET of cos theta t. Now you can see those equations from the previous equations what we have derived till now. Okay, now from the set of second equation, that is from magnetic field, we have changed that EI0, HI0 to HI0 to EI0 by eta 1, HR0 to ER0 by eta 1. Similarly, ET0 to HT0 to ET0 by eta 2. So now I can write here as 1 by eta 1. I will get EI0 minus here the reflected field will be in the opposite direction, that's why we are going to write minus here, and by 1 by eta 2 cos eta 2 into et naught, et 0. Okay, so now we are going to make use these two equations, and now we have to find the propagation constant gamma and the reflection coefficient tau here. So for the parallel polarization, so in order to do that one, I am going to express this one et naught. In order to find that one gamma we know that transmission coefficient, it is the ratio of ER0 to EI0. So we have to make this equation free of ET0. So it is ET0. Okay. Now I have to express this equation in terms of ET0. So now I can use here as eta 2 by eta 1 EI naught minus ER naught, that is equal to ET naught. Now I am going to use this ET naught in this equation. I can get the equation here. It is EI naught plus ER naught into cos theta I, that is equal to eta 2 by eta 1 into EI0 into ER0. Okay, now into cos theta t. Now I will erase this one. Now I will have to make the cross product, and I have to get the expression, that is eta I EI naught EI0 cos theta I plus ER0 eta I eta 1 cos theta I, that is equal to eta 2 EI naught cos theta t minus eta 2 ER0 cos theta t. Now I have to get the equations of ER0 and EI0 to one side here. I will make this to the right hand side, and I will get this to the right hand side. Okay, eta 2 minus eta 1 here, that is eta 1, that is EI0 terms to this right hand side, that is I can write here as eta 1 EI naught cos theta I minus eta 2 EI0 cos theta t. Similarly I will get this to the right hand side. Okay, ER0 okay. So after substituting these equations, okay, I will get here as that is eta 2 cos theta I, and we are getting eta I cos theta I cos theta t. Okay, yeah, that is the equation here we are going to get. So I will write here minus eta 2 cos theta t into ER naught minus eta 1 into minus eta 1 into ER naught cos theta I. Okay, now I have to take the common terms here. Eta 1 EI naught common here, EI naught into eta 1 cos theta I minus eta 2 cos theta t. Similarly I will take common here, that is eta 2 cos theta t, if I take common here, plus eta 1 cos theta I into ER0. Now if I make use that is minus common here, if I make this, I will remove this minus here. I can write here EI0 eta 2 cos theta t minus eta 1 cos theta I. I can write here as eta 2 cos theta t plus eta 1 cos theta I. Okay, now I can write here as ER0 to EI0 here, ratio here, ER0 to EI0. So this will be equivalent to gamma parallel here. It will be equal to, so that is gamma is the reflection coefficient for parallel polarization. It will be equivalent to eta 2 cos theta t minus eta 1 cos theta I by eta 2 cos theta t plus eta 1 cos theta I. So I can write here as that is the final equation for the reflection coefficient gamma here. Similarly, I can get the equation for transmission coefficient, that is tau. So for transmission coefficient, what we have to use? We have to use the same similar equations what we have done. This is the equation for transmission reflection coefficient. Now we will try to derive the tau parallel here, that is transmission coefficient. Now I can take the equation, I can recall the equation. Similarly, EI0 plus ER0 into cos theta I, that is equal to ET0 cos theta t. Similarly, we have got 1 by eta 1 EI0 ET0 ER0, that is equal to 1 by eta 2 ET0. Now I have to remove ER0 from this equation. We have to that is tau, we know that ET0 by EI0. So we have to remember this equation, and we have to make use, we have to remove the ER0 from this equation. In order to do that one, what I need to do here, I have to take the equation this one, that is EI0 is EI0 plus ER0, that is equal to cos ET0 cos theta I by cos theta t. And similarly, this equation I have to change like this: EI0 minus ER0, that is equal to eta 1 by eta 2 into ET0. Now I can add these two equations. I can make use this, I can free this equation of ER0 by adding. Now adding these two equations, I can get here EI0 plus ER0, that is equal to ET0 cos theta I by cos theta t. And similarly, EI0 minus ER0, that is equal to eta 1 by eta 2 ET0. So if I add these two equations, it will be 2 EI0, that is equal to ET0 cos theta I by cos theta t plus eta 1 by eta 2 ET0. Now if I cross multiply, I can get here final form of this equation. I will write directly here by taking the LCM. I can write here eta 2 cos theta I plus eta 1, that is ET0 will take common here, cos theta t into ET0 by eta 2 into cos theta t. Now if I cross multiply this equation, so it will be equivalent to that is 2 eta 2 EI0 into cos theta t, that is equivalent to eta 2 cos theta t theta I plus eta 1 cos theta t into ET0. Finally, I can write this equation. So I think we have taken the reverse order, I think here. So actually we are having here cos theta t instead of cos theta I here, okay. So here it is cos theta t by cos theta I. Sorry for that, we did some mistake here. Here eta t here, eta I will get here. Sorry for that. Here I can write here cos theta t cos theta I here, okay. A small error. Now I have to express this equation in terms of ET0 by EI0. Now I can write here finally equation that is ET0 by EI0 as that is 2 eta 2 cos theta t by eta 2 cos theta t plus eta 1 cos theta I. Okay. So now we have got this as tau parallel. So this is the final expression for the tau parallel. That is, these are tau parallel and gamma parallel and tau parallel. These equations are referred as Fresnel's equations. Fresnel's equations. And if I keep theta I is equal to theta t is equal to 0 in those two equations, that is gamma parallel and gamma tau parallel, that is I can get the previous expression. Suppose cos theta is 0, that is 2 eta 2 by eta 2 plus eta 1. We have got the same equation for tau, and similarly we have got eta 2 gamma as eta 2 minus eta 1 by eta 2 plus eta 1. If I substitute theta I and theta d is equal to 0. Okay. So those are the general equations. We are going to get the general equation for tau and gamma here. Now theta I and theta d are related as, now this is the equations which we have got till now. Now let us move further. We know that theta I and theta d are related according to Snell's law. Okay, theta I and theta t are related by Snell's law. Snell's law already we have seen in the last lecture. That is cos theta t we can write here as, cos theta t I can write here as 1 minus sin square theta t I can write here. Now we know that sin theta t we have used by Snell's law. Sin theta t is equal to 1 by n1 by n2 sin theta I. Already we have used, or else you can write here u2 by u1 into sin theta I we can write here, where u1 u2 are the velocities of the medium 1 and medium 2 respectively here. Now if I make use of this one here, sin square theta t is equal to u1 by u2 whole square sin square theta I can write here, I can substitute here in this one. That is cos theta t is equal to square root of 1 minus u2 by u1 sin square whole square into sin square theta I. Okay, this was the expression which we are, sin theta and theta d are related by using this Snell's law. Okay. Now similarly I can build the relation, some relations, that is, as we have seen that 1 plus gamma is equal to tau. We will try to define those equations here. 1 plus gamma parallel here, what it is going to see, what it is going to have, let us see. That is, already we have defined this one, 1 plus eta 2 cos theta t minus eta 1 cos theta I by this is was the equation we got, that is eta 2 cos theta t plus eta 1 cos theta I. So if I multiply this one, I can get here as 2 eta 2 cos theta t by eta 2 cos theta t plus eta 1 cos theta I we get here. Now if at all if I want to express this expression in terms of tau parallel, I have to divide and multiply this equation with like this. Okay, so 2 into eta 2 cos theta I by eta 2 cos theta t plus eta 1 cos theta I. Okay, now I have to divide this equation with cos theta t by cos theta I. So if I cancel this cos theta I, it will be equivalent to the same equation. Okay, now this will be equivalent to tau parallel. Okay, tau parallel into cos theta t cos theta I. Okay, now we have checked what we have done here. Just I have taken 1 plus gamma parallel, what it is going to have. Okay, so we have got 1 plus gamma parallel is equal to tau parallel into cos theta t by cos theta I. Okay, now if I make gamma parallel to 0, so gamma parallel means reflection coefficient. So if we make gamma parallel equation to 0, gamma parallel to equal to 0 means the reflection coefficient, that is ER is equal to 0. That is, I know that gamma parallel is equal to ER0 by EI0, that is equal to 0. So there will not be any reflection. So there is no reflection. We can say that at this condition no reflection is going to occur. So the angle, that is, and the incident angle at which this take place is called Brewster angle. Okay, so as we are going to incident a wave on the on the surface or the incident at the boundary interface, such that the angle theta I should be equivalent that there will be no reflection, that is gamma parallel is equal to 0. That angle is known as Brewster angle. So what we are calling Brewster angle. So at Brewster angle we are going to say that the reflection coefficient is 0, that is there will not be any reflection. Okay, there will not be any reflected wave here. So Brewster angle is also known as polarizing angle here, and here we are going to use the perpendicular. So here we will try to find what is actually the gamma parallel, that is Brewster angle we will try to find here. Okay, so already we have got the equation for gamma parallel, that is eta 2 minus eta 2 cos theta t by, that is eta 2 cos theta t by minus cos theta eta 1 cos theta I by we have got eta 2 cos theta t plus eta 1 cos theta I, that will be equivalent to 0. So this numerator part will be equivalent to 0, ER 0 by EI 0. So this will be equivalent to 0, that is I can write here as eta 2 cos theta t equivalent to eta 1 cos theta I. Okay, so now squaring on both sides this equation I can get here as eta 2 square cos square theta t, that is equal to eta 1 square cos square theta I. Okay, now I can make this equation in terms of sine. Okay, that is eta 2 square 1 minus sine square theta t into eta 1 square into 1 minus sine square theta I. Okay, now so Brewster angle, that is already we know this equation, that is sin theta t by Snell's law, that is by Snell's law we know that sin theta t is equal to n1 by n2 into sin theta I. Now I will substitute this equation. Why? Because I have to get this equation in terms of incident angle, we don't have to get the transmitted angle. So I have that's why I am going to change this sin theta t into sin theta I. So I can write here eta 2 square into 1 minus sin square theta, that is n1 by n2 whole square into sin square theta I, that is equal to eta 1 square into 1 minus sin square theta I. Okay, now we are going to say that the angle where the theta is the angle where the reflection is 0, reflection coefficient is 0, that angle is called what we are calling Brewster angle. Now I am going to rewrite this theta I as theta b parallel, that is the Brewster angle theta b, that is we are having for parallel polarization. So now I can write here as eta 2 square into 1 minus n1 by n2 whole square sin square theta b parallel into eta 1 square 1 minus sin square theta b parallel. Okay, now I have to make the modifications for these equations, and I have to get the equation for what is the equation for theta b parallel here. So after calculating all this one, we'll try to calculate this one. Okay, so eta 2 square means we know here I will multiply this one, eta 2 square minus eta 2 square n1 by n2 whole square sin square theta b parallel, that is equal to n1 square minus n1 square theta square b parallel. Now I have to make sin square terms to right hand side one side and these terms to right hand another side here. I will take eta 2 square minus eta 1 square, that is equal to eta 2 square that is n1 by n2 whole square minus eta 1 square into sin square theta b parallel. Now I have to use the equation, I have to use the values are eta 2 and eta 1 here. Eta 2 is equal to square root of mu 2 by epsilon 1 and epsilon 1 by, so I will make use here, that is sin square theta b parallel is equal to eta 2 square minus eta 1 square by eta 2 square into n1 by n2 whole square minus eta 1 square. Okay, so that is what here we are going to get. Now we are going to substitute the eta 2 and eta 1 values. What I get here, eta 1 value as square root of mu 2 by mu 2 by epsilon 2, as we know that eta is equal to square root of mu by epsilon. If I get eta 2 here, I have to use square here. If I get eta 1 here, I have to use epsilon 1. Okay, so it is square means it will get this one. Okay, that is mu 1 by epsilon 1 by that is square means I have to write mu 2 by epsilon 2 into n1 by n2 square. So n1 already we know what is n1 and n2 here. N1 is the velocity here, that is mu 1 epsilon 1, mu 2 epsilon 2 minus n1 eta 1 means mu 1 by epsilon 1. So by taking the LCMs, all those things, we can get this equation in terms of that is 1 minus I can write here, I will directly write here. So you can do the modifications, that is cancelling this mu 2 and all this by taking the ratio, by taking common terms here. For this I can write here as mu 2 by epsilon 1 by mu 1 into epsilon 2 by, I can write here 1 minus epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 whole square. Okay, you just to do small calculations here, we are going to get this in this form, that is 1 minus sin square theta, this one. Now for practical cases we are going to say that is, so this is of practical importance, that is this sin square theta b parallel is of practical importance. So here the dielectric medium is not always the not only lossless here, it is also non-magnetic. Okay, so here whatever the medium, so till now we have considered the medium as lossless medium. So lossless medium is also non-magnetic. Okay, that is non-magnetic, that is I can say that mu 1 is equal to mu 2 is equal to mu 0. So we are going to eliminate mu term here, that is we are going to this equation is free of mu term here. Okay, I can write here as sin square theta b parallel as sin square theta b parallel as that is 1 minus epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 by 1 minus epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 whole square. Okay, so I can write this equation in terms of 1 by epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 by 1 plus epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 into 1 minus epsilon 1 by epsilon 2. So this will be get cancelling. So I can write this equation finally in terms of so if I take the LCM here, epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2, that is sin square theta b parallel. So if I take the sin square theta b parallel here as theta b parallel is equal to, that is sin theta b parallel as square root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 here. Similarly, if I take the value for cos here, that is cos theta as, we know that cos square theta is equal to theta b parallel is equal to 1 minus sin square theta b parallel, I can write here. So I can use this equation here, 1 minus epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2, I can write here as epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2 minus epsilon 2 here by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2, that is equal to epsilon 1 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. So now I can write, that is cos and sin terms here, I can write here a cos term as cos theta b parallel as square root of epsilon 1 by epsilon 1 plus epsilon 2. So if I take the ratio of sin by cos, it will be equivalent to tan theta b parallel, sin theta b parallel by cos theta b parallel as. So if I take this ratio, I will be getting square root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. You can take this one, epsilon 1 plus 2, epsilon 1 plus 2 is going to be cancelled. So finally I can write this equation as tan theta b parallel is equal to square root of epsilon 2 by epsilon 1. So this angle is referred as the Brewster angle, tan theta be parallel. So we can express Brewster angle in terms of sine or else in cos as well as in tan. Okay, so tan theta, that is showing that there will be a Brewster angle for any condition for any combination of epsilon 1 and epsilon 2. Okay, so here it is showing that there is a Brewster angle for any combination of epsilon 1 and epsilon 2. So this is what we are going to have, this is what we have seen in this parallel polarization. So the same steps and the same concept we are going to repeat for the perpendicular polarization. Here the difference lies that the electric field is now in the perpendicular direction and the magnetic field will be in the parallel, that is tangential component. So we will see that in the next video lecture. So till then, take care, bye. If you have any doubts, so please try to comment me. So don't forget to subscribe my channel in order to learn new things and the new formulas and about the concepts of this electromagnetic waves in deeply. So till then, take care, bye.